Play me that mellow shit.
Really good to see you.
It's really good to see you too, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And they call me the Swan because I wave my magic wand. I love all the women to death.
I'm francapitanelli, and this is Randy Michael. We've got our first guest. I've been knowing Randy since he was a wee lad with braces.
Yeah, when I was 14.
Yeah, man.
So that's 99.
He was dropping off his demo CD.
Yep.
Because you knew who I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does this kid know who I am? He doesn't know who I am. He's too young to be out and see me play at any clubs.
No, but I was there because of Josh and Sally Sattler. You know, she was always talk to friend. Josh Sattler, here's what you need to learn. Here's Mother's Milk. Here's blood sugar. And then they go right to here's the meters. Now check out this freakystyley.
We ended up being in the same band. We were playing with Butch Walker.
Yep.
And we were on tour. We did, probably 2 or 3.
More than that.
A handful of month-long tours.
2008, 2009.
So on one of those tours, we were in Detroit and we're playing, what's that, the Magic Bag?
Mm-hmm.
And we caught a cab to our day room. And I remember this cab ride just like 30 minutes away. It was me, you, and Wesley. And that's where one of us started rapping one of the Chili Pepper songs. And like an hour later, we were still going.
Yeah. What song was it, you remember?
It was probably Green Heaven. And Baby Appeal.
Maybe Black Eyed Blonde too.
Oh my God, yes. That's right. She blonde. I saw the video for True Men Don't Kill Coyotes.
Hula.
I recognized Anthony from the after school special that he was in, because I'm like right at that age that I'd be watching something like that. But when I heard Baby Appeal, I was like,
this rules. Yeah.
Play the chili pepper so the public can rock.
Green Heaven, that was like, even though Hillel didn't play on the first album.
The studs out in LA demos.
Right.
Incredible.
But that was like his solo piece.
I went down to Wormhole the other night with like all the Hillel shit and all like the early Frusciante shit. Show Me Your Soul, Taste of Pain. When I go back and listen to Mother's Milk, I understand what what's his name, Michael Beanhorn.
Yeah.
I understand what he was trying to do. No, dude, it's like it needs to be what they were doing with Freakystyley,
but just a little heavier.
Exactly. You know, I don't want to hear the gated snare, but I still listen.
Before Uplift came out, I had a bootleg of this show at the Variety Arts Center in LA that I was at. And it's by far the best show I've ever been to. I listened to it and I knew all the songs on Uplift before they came out. And they just nailed it so hard that night that when the album came out, I was like, oh, it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But eventually I got used to it.
I mean, and I didn't have that luxury because I went back. So I went from like blood sugar all, back. And when, you listen to freakystyley, it's kind of lo-fi. What I mean by lo-fi, I mean like the way the drums are recorded. When you get to Uplift, you want to hear them live. You know what I'm saying? But it's not until the YouTube shit came out recently when I'm like, holy shit, Uplift could have been way better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that European shit that they have online right now. Where like Hillel's talking about the pedals he uses.
I love that video.
Dude, it's incredible. The thing that I appreciate about you, nobody else, you can't talk peppers with anybody. You cannot talk peppers. It's like, and a lot of people don't listen to freakystyley. A lot of people think they just brush it off, which is a shame because there's some great guitar parts that hillelslovak and johnfrusciante did in the beginning. Who's thinking of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you listen to Goodtimeboys. The little guitar, the overdubs is crazy. He's 18. You know what that is? That's NWA. Gangsta Gangsta. Yeah.
Like that Adrian Ballou thing that he does?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a lot of that whammy bar stuff. He was almost like a Steve Vai kind of player at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I think he had an Ibanez.
Yeah, the Ibanez with the handle. So cool, man. I thought he was the coolest guy when I was trying to become a guitar player. I saw, Taste of Pain video. I'm like, who the hell is this guy's doing like, and he's sticking his tongue out when he's not even playing he's not even hitting he's doing this. It blew my mind, at 13. So I went and dug into all the stuff. I mean, he just had a big impact, like huge impact.
He was just like perfect.
Yeah.
To jump right in there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it was for you because you were able to follow them forwards. I went backward. So, like, I don't know how it was when, like, after Hillel passed and John came in, like, what people thought. But for me, it was like, there's no difference. I mean, there's a difference because two different guys playing. But there's no difference when you're hearing it. You're not being like, oh, well, Uplift Mofo is not as good as you. You're like, I'm into Hillel, too. Like, they're like the same. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like Batman. Michael Keaton was cool.
Right.
Christian Bale's cool too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When Hillel died, they were like really on the rise. I was so excited for them because I was so into them and I was like pumping them to everybody that I met. You couldn't talk to me without me bringing them up. And that day, I was just devastated. We were living in Desert Hot Springs, and my dad needed to go to LA, and he was like,
I want you to come with me to LA. I don't feel like driving there and back by myself.
And I was like,
Dad, my hero just died.
Went on this 2-hour trip to LA, and then 2 hours back, just laying in the back of this van, like,
I can't believe this happened.
But they actually turned it around pretty quick. It was like...
How old were you?
I was 18. When I graduated high school, he died like a week later. Yeah. And we had just seen them. By the end of the summer, they were going again.
Right before Californication, I would wake up, 8th grade, wake up 2 hours early before school and just go through. That was my life's goal, to be the guitar player in the show. Until Californication came out. Well, you auditioned, right?
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell people that I was like, Fran, auditioned with Chili Peppers. Audition? I didn't get an audition.
It was a crazy day.
That's so cool, dude. How'd you get into the video, Fight Like a Brave?
I was living in Hollywood in the summer of '87, and I went to Club Lingerie on Sunset. That was like the club that they used to hang out there. There'd always be a Fishbone Chili Peppers show there, Thelonious Monster, constantly, Jane's Addiction. And I went there one night, I had a fake ID, because I was 17, and I saw Jackirons.
And they weren't even at Bono status yet.
They were huge in LA, but they weren't, you know,
they weren't like...
They were still playing clubs everywhere. You know, they took another step after Uplift, but they were still riding on freakystyley, and it had been a couple years since it had been out. So I saw Jackirons at Club Lingerie, and I just went up to him and was like, hey man, I'm a huge fan. And he was like, wow, nobody ever recognizes me.
Yeah, he does look like Rob Schneider.
But he told me about that, and he told me about they were playing The Late Show with Joan Rivers, but it was Arsenio. Those two things, playing Arsenio and shooting the video, were on the same weekend. They were 2 days apart. And that was like right at the end of the summer.
But you're still in the video. And
Just
I've seen
for
that,
a second.
But here's the thing. I used to have positive mental octopus. I had that. Watched it constantly. Like 12, 13 years old, right? And when you sent me the thing of the still of you, I've been watching this the whole time, and I was in a band with this guy. But at the time, you see what I'm saying? It's like at the time, it's like I'm just watching these people walk in the grass. Was it Echo Park?
It's Curson Park.
Okay, so I was just watching this, and just seeing all the guys. I saw you millions of times in the video, right? And it wasn't until you sent me that thing the other day, I'm like, that's right.
I was there at that park for the whole day with them, just hanging out there. They had those costumes on, but there was one part where the gate comes busting open and they come running out.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, all right, we need a shot of just the, you know, not the band, but all these extras coming out of the gate. And they put me right in front. I was petrified. Because they were like, okay, we're rolling, go ahead, do your thing. And I kind of like walked out of the gate, and this whole rush of people went behind me. And then when we did it again, they were like, okay, you get back further, you know.
I really admire you for like that. This is Fight Like a Brave. It's Uplift. You're in the video. Like true Peppers fans, like that's a really specific thing that if you find somebody else that likes it, you're brothers for life. He's sipping a bottle of Ripple Simmons. My man Bo did it. You make you want to say, yo, hickory stick. That's right.
That's right. Well, you were the only person that I knew that I've known in Atlanta that was, you know, into them as much as I was.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody else. So I kind of like, you know, didn't really talk about it until I met you and that whole thing happened. I mean,
and you can't talk about it.
You know, we got plenty of friends that like them, but nobody.
They don't. Yeah, they like them, but they're not
like fanatical.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a special bone that you have to have in your body to appreciate that, because it really is good. You know Behind the Sun? I never learned that one either. No matter how you feel about, oh, well, you know, I didn't like By the Way, or, you know. Anthonykiedis, when Californication came out, I won these tickets to a meet and greet at 99X. We get there, I got my guitar, my Stratocaster. The elevator door is closing, and we hit the button, and it's Anthonykiedis. And he goes, hey, wise guy, well, we're gonna take the stairs, right? So we sit there, we get up there, and, you know, he's doing his thing. He's asking us in between breaks, like, yeah, so what do you guys do? You know, we're about to get into 8th grade or maybe 9th grade the next year.
And we're like, oh, you know, we're in a band, you know, we like you guys, you know, we're playing the Malibu Grand Prix.
he gets on there, Anthony, he says, hey, you know, it's 99X, and we're sitting here with these two guys, and they're in such and such band, and they're playing the Malibu Grand Prix. This guy plugged that shit, and he didn't have to. You know what I mean? That was the coolest thing anybody could have done. And I'll remember it for the rest of my life. Nobody can ever say anything bad about him because he just blew us off. Yeah. But he talked to us. He was talking to us about music, what do you play, what do you like. Without any warning, just got on the radio and said, hey, these two guys. And then at the end he goes, and apparently they rock.
When I met him, I was 18, so he didn't have that same, well, I wasn't like at that innocent age where he's like gonna, you know, what he did with you. He was kind of like on the defense with me. But he was talking to me and he was signing my record. And then I moved down one to Chad and they were playing the next night. And I was going and I said to him, are you guys gonna do American Ghost Dance tomorrow night? Anthony kind of chimed in. He was like, we're definitely doing it. Somebody wants to hear that song. Yeah. The lyrics to that are just so good.
Yeah, so give me a home with a buffalo home.
Although these words
deep, they offer no relief. So like a rock that leaves the sea of grief, or what my talking leaf speaks.
When Blood Sugar came out, the disappointment that I had when I heard Uplift the first time and then had to get used to it, it was the opposite. When Blood Sugar came out, I was just
Yeah.
They had like completely found the thing.
Yeah.
That they've been looking for, that we've been wanting them to find that whole time. Because, you know, the first handful of albums, even though they're so special to me, they kind of missed the boat, you know, a little bit on each one. You know, the first one doesn't have Hillel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got that weird kind of snare thing going on. Freakystyley didn't have enough rock balls.
Yeah.
Even though that's my favorite album.
Yeah, it was very safe.
And then, you know, but when they got to Blood Sugar, it was like, whoa, it was just pure and beautiful.
And you know what's weird is because I think that was their first major record, right? That's the first one on Warner Brothers?
That's the first one on Warner's, but the others were on Capitol. They were still on a major, they just weren't getting pushed.
They weren't getting pushed, but what I guess what I'm getting at is like the documentary, the Funky Monks doc, right? If that record hadn't done well, that would have just been like, we made this documentary, let's make a record, you know, big deal. But because they were in the house, you know, and John was such a fan of theirs, and he brought an element of melody. Like, not saying they didn't have melody before, but he brought like an element of like, I love this band. Mother's Milk, I'm trying to kind of do what Hillel did with my own thing, but this time I'm going to just like be myself and bring these songs, like Breaking the Girl, they couldn't have gotten away with on Uplift, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like, you know, Jimi Hendrix meets
Norwegian Wood.
Yeah. Have you read Flea's book?
Not yet. I saw...
Oh, dude, it's good. Well, the audiobook, he narrates it. So you get all the impersonations. If there's a song, he'll sing it. He cries.
He cries a bunch of times.
Days, yeah.
Because I heard him talk about it on Broken Record. I've been like, actually...
Well, it stops right where the Chili Peppers start. So it's just all of his childhood. You get all the stuff about meeting Anthony and meeting Hillel, and then all the stuff they're doing together, and then he's, you know, they're falling out with each other. He's not talking to Hillel for a minute, he's not talking to Anthony for a minute, and then they end up playing this gig as just kind of on a whim.
Because he does one on Something Like Kiss. It's like a live one from like '91 where he plays like a something like that.
I love that. I've been looking for that. You know that?
It's on YouTube. It's like an MTV DMAs or something like that.
That's when his guitar playing started getting really out there. He wasn't trying to play like Jimi Hendrix anymore. It was like these sonic waves of feedback and just like unknown territory. Not, you know, looking at any boxes.
Yeah, he was just killing it. He never plays the same shit twice.
He's letting the guitar lead the way. He's hitting a feedback note and he's just like following, trying to find what the guitar wants to do.
Yeah.
And not like put a bunch of notes.
Except for SNL.
He's like about to totally blow the whole thing.
Yeah. He was like on live TV. My dog is love, and I wear on my heart, and I like to dress smart. It doesn't have any part of the world of fashion. And you're there to put me down, and I'm sick of the crowds that follow me around. I would like to stand and then the pushing me away to the light of the day that I love. You crazy?
The story in Anthony's book where he's saying, John is like saying to the guy, if this guy talks to me one more time, I'm not playing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be, they thought they were going to be like U2 or something, and I wanted to join this punk rock band. I didn't think that anybody was going to be listening to this. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, you guys made a great record. These guys have been trying to do this shit for years. Have some respect for Hillel.
I think we did it, Randy.
Yes, sir.
Randymichael, ladies and gentlemen.
Francapitanelli.
His band, Solid State Radio. You got to check them out.
Please do.
You got something out there for the people to listen to?
Yeah, we have a single called Say the Same Thing. If you close your eyes and pretend it's Fast Sounds of Ridgemont High, you'll be very satisfied. And the record's called You Gotta Wear It or Let It Go, and that'll be out real soon.
I've been hearing that one song. I don't know the
Is
name.
it Ready, Steady, Go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah. I mean, John Hughes, it's a John Hughes kind of thing. It's supposed to be, that whole album is supposed to be Pretty in Pink, Molly Ringwald kind of thing, you know, on purpose, you know.
Randymichael, totallyintothesound.com. Solid State Radio. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would be a big help. And we'll see you next time.
See you later. Thanks, friend.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man. You are the shit.
That was
dude.
fun, dude.